Now, if you have been following the YouTube channel, I want to go over some things real quick about police reports in Reading Police Department. This is on January 3rd, 2020. Look at who this is released to. Okay. And it says restrictions, information distribution to unauthorized persons is prohibited. Anderson Police Department. Okay. It says this is on same date. So there's two, Reading Police Department, and then this in Anderson. This says received, call. He spoke. It says ex-wife has not brought juveniles to residence per court order. Recontacted, advised he spoke with his wife and he's concerned for her for the safety of juveniles. And then it says police officers involved, right? Landline, mother's residence, stating ex-wife will not let the juveniles call the police if they need to. Other half contacting. That's other half contacting means that basically that her address or her calling or the kids calling and basically saying the same exact thing. So if you notice, it says, basically that I'm waiting for an exchange. And then now they're saying that the stating ex-wife will not let the juveniles call the police if they need to. And so that's probably Jace, or the kids calling the police. Male, ADV, I don't know. He has custody of the juveniles on the weekends starting at 9. The male was advised to contact at the time if exchange does not happen. Contacted female half who stated she received text messages from male's mother who he lives with stating that the male was hallucinating and making statements about the police are going to arrest him for 187, right? Which makes no fucking sense. Male's mother told the female to hold on to the kids because she does not think it is safe for the male to have them. Okay, so this is a police officer's report, basically with no evidence, you know what I mean? And no, it's basically just hearsay. And not only that, but, Jace called a minute ago basically saying that his mom won't let him use the phone at all. And then, here's this officer later basically saying, oh, yeah, well, she called his mom and he said that, and then his mom said that he's hallucinating and the police are going to arrest him for murder. Why would I say that? And then not only that, but why would the police be already, I guess, in my opinion, planning to arrest me for something that I didn't do, or talking about me, to her or anybody else for that matter, making a report like that without me, without any basis, I guess you could say, without any reason. Now this is a document from the very beginning. Okay, this is a stalking incident log. It's what it's called, and these are the dates, and it's basically 2016. Okay, and this was right around the time that Kendra had came up here and was staying with her parents. Okay, and then this is OSB stalking incident log that they basically use for victims of domestic violence or use for their clients, I guess you could say. So what's funny to me is that on the 10/12 and 10/11 are the first dates on the paper and not 10/7 and 10/5. If you notice, right? I mean, that's something that jumps out right away, right? Why would 10/12 and 10/11 be first logged on the incident report and then 10/7 and 10/5 logged later? Now, the report, the description of incident says, been perp sending harassing emails. Phone number, case number, and badge number. Badge number 12143, Adams and Dean. On the 11th, perp is calling my parents and threatening them. Phone number, case number, Townsley and Wesley, R107. On the 7th, perp came to my parents' house, tried to abduct our son. Address, case number, officer showed up. Now, this is what's really interesting is that never happened. That was not what happened in that case. Not only that, but that officer knows very well what happened that night. And I was supposed to take the kids back to Sacramento that night and take them home. And these police officers and other people that were involved basically had already had a plan to put them in one safe place and abduct them. And so they later on, when they make this incident report, they report this, but it doesn't make sense, you know. And then it says 10-5, sending threatening text claiming violent things. My number and case number. Now listen, this is kind of funny, okay? Because this is supposed to be incident log or stalking incident log from Kendra and Kendra's point of view or Kendra's perspective, okay? So that in 2016, October 2016, and my wife coming up here and the kids, she would not say perp, sending messages. Perp is calling my parents' house, sending threatening texts claiming violent things. She wouldn't say that. For one, I know my wife, Kendra, and she doesn't talk like that. But for two, it's obvious. Basically, it's obvious what their intention was or what their intent was from the very beginning. You know, and basically to frame me and also to false allegations and false police reports was from the very beginning. And then not only that, but Townsley and Wesley. Those two officers right there are the ones that arrested me the night that I was being threatened and chased. So the night that I was getting threatened and chased around Reading, two different occasions, Townsley and Wesley show up after being, basically the sheriff's department pulls over the other car, and they have guns drawn on them. And during their basically basically having guns drawn on this guy and getting him out of the vehicle, and I'm parked way behind them, right? Townsley and Wesley show up and arrest me. So that's the night. That's basically on 10/6 is when I got arrested. 10/6/2016. Officer Peggy Porter, witness to the first interaction with RPD and Kendra's abduction over our children. And it says, by Kendra, the only and first police report. So by Kendra, the police report would have been completely different. It would have been her statements, right? And then not only that, but I requested Reading Police Department for those exact police numbers, right? And I'll show you what I got. So this is on 8/19/21. And this is basically after a year of I was like, all right, now I need to get, more information about what's going on. This is 16/7/2511. The same as right here with Peggy Porter. Now, what's funny is I already have a copy of the police report back from 2017, I think. So I already know what it was going to say, but I'll show you what I got instead. Police report number, Chief Robert F. Pelotti. Okay, 10/27/16. 10/27/16. I asked for a police report on vehicle release on that same case number, right? Now this is the what I got recently on 2/10/20. Okay. Police reports and information, right? Chief William Schuler. Now I also asked for log reports and incident reports, and on this date, 8/19/21. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you these other ones here recently, but I want to show you the exact one that I got back from that incident. Okay. Reading Police Department, court order violation. ADV, ex-husband at residence trying to take juveniles. Per RPD, she has sole physical custody. Also, ADV has TRO against male. Subject, info, residence, arrived in vehicle. Peggy Porter, Jacob Snyder, Kendra Snyder, and Gary Henry. This is made up by J. Parker. This is page source and date and time. And this is incident, says L446, and it says the case number, but I'll point out a few things. One, this never happened this way. It's completely ridiculous. Two, the officer that is on this report, I guarantee you this was not the report that she filed. Without a doubt, 100% guarantee you this is no way that this was written to her or that written by her. And this is basically really brief description of that night, right? I mean, if there was more things like that I was trying to abduct my son and I was trying to do all these things that they're alleging, right? Wouldn't there be more, I guess, more to say about the entire event or more to say about the entire situation? The other thing is the day they're talking about is the 7th of 2016. So the reason why I know they're lying in the proof and the evidence is right here, basically saying that they're in the report. They've changed the report. This is Reading Police Department, police officers, chief of police, that is board of director of One Safe Place. Someone changes the police report to say that I had ex-husband has resident trying to take juveniles per RP. She has sole physical custody. She doesn't have custody at this time. Not only that, but she doesn't have a restraining order or anything. Basically, at this time, in this moment in time, on 10/7/16, she's been up in Shasta County for weeks with the kids, taking them out of school, and won't let me call her or talk to her at all. Do you understand how severe that problem is right now? Like, do you understand the severity of what happened? That she basically had took the kids out of the county and wouldn't let me talk to them or see them. And then not only that, but on 10/7 is when I filed custody paperwork and everything in Sacramento County. And so when I went up there, basically on this day, Officer Porter was going to allow me to take the kids home, and that didn't happen. The reason why it didn't happen was basically a judgment call on me and Officer Porter's decision, you know what I mean? Because it was late at night. And I didn't want to pack the kids in the car in their jammies, dude. And I didn't want to just make a big deal, have the mom arrested, all that stuff, because she was going to get arrested this night for abduction. And what happened was basically all of it got changed, and I'll tell you why. Because One Safe Place controls our community and gets millions of dollars of government funding that pays all these police officers and judges money, incentives. Two, the judges that were responsible basically made the decision to grant her a restraining order. So now they had to go back and change the narrative, right? And three, because if I were to take my kids back to Sacramento and take me and the kids back to Sacramento, then everybody would know the truth. You see how easy it is?